Australia's tour of Sri Lanka is almost at an end. We've had the 5-match ODIs. Time for 2 T20s here for the Hero Cup, live from Palakili. And I can tell you that it is a lovely evening. Welcome in to the first of 2 T20s here in Palakili, and of course down to the capital on a fabulous Friday, and confirmation of the schedule here of what's gone on. The Test series dominated by Sri Lanka, the one-dayers dominated by the tourists. The Aussies won at 4-1 on Sunday here in Palakili to comfortably win that, and now, as I say, we're in the fabulous format, the shortest form of the game, with just 2 T20s, Palakili and here in Colombo. Yeah, can't win a toss, that Davey Warner. And you look at the Aussies here, they've made changes, and to be expected, really. A lot of injuries happening there on their side, guys going back to Australia. And you look at Neville's the big talking point too. He comes in to the T20 setup, and of course Kawaja goes up to open. So a nicely balanced side and an interesting selection with Maxwell coming back as well.
Well, the Sri Lankan side sees Tilakarata Dilshan for the second last time. His last game will be in Colombo. And Sachitra Senanayake is in the side. And so is Pathirana. Pathirana is making his debut. And I'm very excited to see that young quick Kasun Rajitha. And we also see Kapugedara coming back. So quite a few changes also. Thisara Pereira is back as well. So it's a new look T20 side for Sri Lanka.
Yes, what a fantastic evening. T20 cricket is back. We love it. The excitement, the lights, the action. And there's a couple of pair. The action's going to be David Warner with a superb 100 in the 50-over game a couple of days ago. And Glenn Maxwell has been brought back in the side, was dropped from the one-day side, now come back to the T20 side, and now opening the batting. So a very positive move straight away from David Warner. First-time captain in this format for Australia, T20 cricket.
He's got a 100% record as captain. 3 ODIs he captain, he's won all 3. He'll be at the non-strikers end. Look, the other options to open the batting are Usman Khawaja, Travis Head. Left-handers. The left-hand, right-hand combination is what they've opted for.
I just think top of the order, and the power play and how exciting he is. Now look, we know he can go either way, Maxwell. He can get out strangely, but I think he's a very talented player that, given the right opportunity in this format, T20 cricket and 50-over cricket, but I like this move. We're going to see this from David Warner. He's an attacking captain. We've seen him in the IPL, what he's done, and now I see it here where he's gone, okay, we're going to get Maxwell to open.
Yeah, I like the move as well. Sachitra Senanayake makes a comeback. Played a massive part in Sri Lanka's push to win the World T20 in 2014. Very good with the new ball. That's his role. Eddie Seuss is his action, but he's come back strong. Able to pick up a game or two. Now Maxwell has a free roll, and I think that will play into his hands. Round the wicket goes Senanayake. He's got a slip. 2 fielders in the deep. It's time to play. It's very accurate.
Interesting battle here. You know what Maxwell can do, but spin early on is always good, what we see nowadays. The toss. We see Sri Lanka winning the toss and opting to bowl. That's what happens most times, even though the side batting first here has usually won the games.
A little quicker, a little wider. Maxwell's missed out, actually. In March, these two players added 161 runs together in a T20 game. Not at the top of the order, but came up with a very good partnership against South Africa. First runs. Maxwell, of course, is opening innings for the first time in his career.
A good shot, get off the mark. It's going to be a good wicket. It's the same sort of wicket-looking wicket as the 50-over games, even though it's changed across. And that wicket had good bounce. Then a new ball skidded through. was fantastic for the whole game. So this outfield is lush, the ground is fantastic. It's a perfect setup for some great T20 cricket.
We're in the hills, the center of the island. It's a bit dewy up here. On the lights, tends to slide on. Saw Lakmal get it through the other day. Made him fetch it. This won't go for 4. Kusal Mendes. Keeps it down to 2.
That's why you're saying happy? Sri Lanka bowling first?
Yeah, I don't think the pitch will change too much. If it keeps sliding on, they haven't done too well setting targets. Something different, why not? Yes, the pitch looked dry, few cracks. It tends to bind with the coolness of the evening. Oh, good start from Senanayaka. 3 for no loss. Got a slip in place. That jagged away towards leg side. It surprised Maxwell. In the last T20 game the Sri Lankans played, there have been 8 changes. The last game was down in Southampton in July versus England. The 3 surviving players from that game are Kusal Perera, Kusal Mendes and Dinesh Chandimal. In Australia have quite a few changes from their last T20 international. Lots of players being tried out. 19 in the ODI series, and that number now goes to 25 for the shorter form. Senanayaka is back. Debut for Sachit Pathirana. Thisara Perera gets another look in. Chamara Kapugedra making a comeback. Dhananjay De Silva, Kusal Perera, Dinesh Chandimal, and Tilakratne Dilshan, of course, needs a mention. Playing his last series. Calls it a day from all formats after the next T20.
Swing and a miss by Maxwell. Good bowling by Lakmal. Like the way he runs in, he hits the wicket hard, he's got good energy. Yeah, good seam placement, a little bit of swing away. Maxwell, he had the eyes closed as that went past. So all action. At the moment, Australia been looking to get their innings going. They want some boundaries. That's what Maxwell's at the top for.
Square leg. Maxwell finds square leg.
Well, you mentioned Sri Lanka and the changes they made. I think the same for Australia, isn't it? That they're trying to find the different combinations. 5
changes in the Australian team. In the last T20 international that Australia played was in the World T20 in March against India. Surviving players: Warner, Maxwell, Neville, Khwaja, Faulkner and Zampa.
The opportunities, I'll appeal Bailey in. We mentioned Chris Lynn as well. Finch is injured, but Bailey's form in the one-day format, I think, has got him this position, giving him the opportunity now to bat and play in this T20 side.
Burst through Kusal Perera's gloves. That took off, Damien.
Did 135 Ks, and as I mentioned, this wicket is a good wicket. It's been before. It's got bounce and carry. Not as much as this we thought. That just went. Beat Warner, beat the keeper. Raced into the fence.
It actually got big on the wicketkeeper. And just like Maxwell, right at the end, had his eyes closed.
Yes, I would too.
Nicely timed, good work. Very good to see. This is what you'd like to see from a young team on the field. Save yourselves a few runs.
Well, it's about backing up your bowler, because if that gets through, it's at least 3 runs. And we saw this in the longer 50-over game. Big dives, one-hand pick-up. Yes, and that's all we want to see from a young side. Everybody running in, encouraging, getting involved. And Warner still whispering to himself, can't be happy. He's got to be happy after 100 nowadays.
You'd think so. Kusal Mendes, the 21-year-old, pulling off that stop. Maxwell, he's cracked that. Wow, how about that for power? Ends the over with a boundary after 2 overs. Australia are 14 for no loss. Still not getting his timing right.
Well, he'll pick up a couple. It's the second time out there, inside edges. So Maxwell, he finished off. He's opened the batting at the moment. And he finished off that last over with a great shot through the covers. Crossed the seam. Just gave himself some room and went like a rocket through cover. That's his job. That's what he's at the top for. It's given that opportunity. We thought maybe Khawaja would open.
Over the top. This time he gets enough. 1 bounce for 4.
It's in the zone, like the previous one that he missed time through mid-wicket. This time it's far too easy for David Warner. Too full. He got mid-off up, mid-ons up as well. And he just stands and delivers.
Too friendly though. In the mid-120s, the pace. And right in the slot.
No, you're right. If you're bowling 120, got to do something with this ball. Whether it's rolling your fingers across, slower deliveries, trying to swing it. If you keep bowling straight there, doesn't matter whether you go over the wicket or around the wicket.
He's trying to change his angle now. Flicked onto the onside. This time, Kusal Mendes in the deep has no chance.
No chance. Similar deliveries. He went around the wicket. He tried to change the angle. But this one was angling straight into leg stump, straight into his middle of his bat. Another boundary. Back to back, 10 runs from the over. So issues now for the captain and the bowler.
10 runs off the first 3 balls and 2 boundaries. On debut, picked up 2 wickets. In the very first over he bowled Ajinkya Rahane and Rohit Sharma. Slower ball, same result.
Batting display by David Warner. Comes off that 100 2 days ago. The highest score by an Australian in Sri Lanka, 50 over cricket. And we know what he does in T20 cricket. This is where he started his career. Absolute, just a pocket rocket he is when he gets going. He's played onside, now through the offside.
In previous delivery, he was down the track. This one stayed back.
It's not easy for a bowler. Just got to walk back, don't you, and hope maybe he mistimes one.
Tries to go full. 4 more. David Warner is finding the middle of the bat, and he's finding the middle of the gap.
Only 5 balls, 18 runs from it, 4 boundaries in a row. Here's the full toss. He's gone good length twice. He's gone the slower ball outside off stump, went through point, and now he's gone the full toss. Nothing working at the moment. Where to bowl? What does the captain say? What plan do you have?
What does he say? Underarm not allowed.
No, we're getting trolled for that one. We tried that once, they're still talking about it.
Over the wicket now. Chandimal gets in the way, thankfully. 19 off the Rajat over. It's 33 for no loss. Oh, brilliant from Maxwell.
Well, he knows where it's almost coming. You've got deep square leg back, you've got mid-on back. So the bowler is going leg stump. And Maxwell's just giving himself some nice bit of room, opening up, and he keeps finding that gap. That's his second one through the covers now.
Oh, power down the ground. The bowler and the umpire doing really well to get out of the way. 4 overs gone, 46 for no loss.
Maxwell with the reverse sweep, and it's gone all the way for 6. That brings up the 50. This is champagne batting from Australia.
Oh, supernova! Half century up already, and Maxwell joins the party with Warner. We can all appreciate Warner with his 100 here on Sunday. Now with the reversey, the switch one. And these two are so adept at it. Wonderful modern talent, the pair of them.
And again, this time one bounce. Sri Lanka just don't have an answer to these two at the moment.
Making the most of the power play. And that's what this fabulous format's all about. The first 6 overs, dominate that, get some momentum and confidence into your innings as a group, thanks to the openers.
That last ball was seam up from Senanayake. Didn't make any difference. And again, this is off the splice. Just enough on it to get over backward point. Kusal Mendis running backwards. Maxwell gets a single.
Relishing this opportunity is the big show. Maxwell left out of the ODI squad, and he's saying, well, don't forget about me.
Dot ball. They're like hen's teeth in these first 6 overs.
Sure are, Murgers. Yeah, and I just wonder about the balance of the side in terms of here, Wade's not 100, but Crook stayed back at the hotel. So then Maxwell gets an opportunity.
Bowled! Senanayake strikes. They needed that, Sri Lanka. They really did. And David Warner, having looked $1 million, is on his way back to the pavilion.
Cursing himself as the Australian skipper. Absolutely set. Goes for an orthodox sweep, mind you. And he's been castled by Senanayake. Wonderful bit of flight. Give the bowler some dues. Warner goes for 28 from 16. First one for the Aussies down at 57.
Usman Khawaja. One stage he was opening the innings in the ICC World 2020 in preference to Aaron Finch. Here he is now, needing runs at the back end of a disappointing tour. This is why he's here.
We went on at length about Warner and the reverse sweep. So good at reverse sweeping, switch hitting. Orthodox sweeping, not so. Something to work on for Davey Warner. Got to start, got out, couldn't kick on, and he's so good at this form of the game.
Khawaja off the mark straight away. 12 runs off the over and the wicket of Warner. 5 have gone. Australia 58 for 1. Maxwell opens the face of the bat and gets this over cover for 4 more. Still looking to exploit the power play.
So good when he's in this mood, Glenn Maxwell. Didn't see enough of it in the IPL for the Kings 11. Got left out of the side quite a bit too. Now gets the opportunity to bat inside the power play for the Aussies.
Maxwell's first 7 balls, he got 2. His next 7 balls, he's got 24. He's on a roll. Oh, it's a poor ball down the leg side. It would have been called a wide if Maxwell hadn't middled it over short fine leg for 4 more.
Can't afford to give away these sort of deliveries. Back-to-back boundaries for Pereira. Try something a little fancy. Yeah, a little back of the hand number, and he's paid for it. Going to come right arm around, it looks like. He's thinking about it. Change the angle, close it down a little.
Goodness me, That was terrific bowling, I thought, but somehow Maxwell has managed to get it through extra cover for 4. It was right in the block hole. How on earth did he get it there?
Sounded like two noises too, didn't it? The point of contact. Oh, they just clipped his pad, but he opened up the front hip. Wonderful batting. Look, he's given himself that little bit of room to create that angle, Maxwell.
Oh, that really is exceptional from Glenn Maxwell. Again, just opening up his front leg, creating that space to hit over extra cover. That's a sensational shot.
How quiet this crowd goes when a boundary or a maximum's been struck. Lovely head position. Beautiful.
Oh, this is big. This is huge. That's his 50 of just 27 balls, 7 fours and 2 sixes. The second fastest 50 for Australia against Sri Lanka. And this is after Shane Watson's 20-ball 50. And that too was at Pallekele in 2011.
Incredible batting. Welcome back, Glenn Maxwell. Stay back. Get back in the one-day side and do this. This is what he's there for. He is a machine at this sort of format. Dangerous, where to bowl to. 27 deliveries. What's next?
He's in cracking form. And this is flicked. In fact, oh, it's gone over the field, but he was trying. I think it's gone all the way. Yes, it has. It is not being declared a no ball. I think it was dipping, but he flicked it. It was a full toss. Oh, would have been an outstanding catch had he taken it.
It was a long way. And he was asking the question, Glenn Maxwell, to the umpire about how full that was and where it was going to hit him.
Khawaja, this time, goes all the way for 6. That's the way to go for him.
Good batting, brings up the 50 partnership as well of this 30 deliveries. Khawaja's been quiet. That's his first boundary, 11 deliveries he's faced. That's a quality shot. We know the talent and how good he is. It's adjusting now. Gone, Maxwell. Can't bowl 4 tosses in this format of the game. That's 4 now, maximums to him.
That's a slow delivery. In fact, gone a long way. Full toss from Senanayaka. And Glenn Maxwell generally pounces on such deliveries. That was a gift.
Making his mark. That's what he's doing. He's back in. You take your opportunities, and he's doing that at the moment.
Maxwell in the gap. 1 bounce for 4. He's just picking his spots with the greatest of ease. He's now 73.
And the machine's on fire. Gets the opportunity. The ball before, when he came down the wicket, he said, you could see in his face, he missed mid-wicket. Thought he should have hit it there. This time he did. Incredible. Don't go away. It keeps going.
Great precision. He's picked his gaps so well. He's going at almost, what a rate he's going at, close to 200 runs. It's just under 190. 100 balls, that's his strike rate. 8 fours, 4 sixes. Making it so difficult for the bowlers to bowl. Does not love them. And this time, that's a free hit. That's gone down to the boundary. Fine leg inside the circle. This is another big over, 13 runs off it. 134 for 1.
And now he equals, he goes past his highest score.
One run for an overthrow, just nothing's going right for Sri Lanka at the moment. They are going upstairs just to check this.
There's no excitement at all. The only bit of excitement is about the stroke play of these 2 Australian batsmen. Did anything else happen that we went upstairs? It was past the stumps.
Well, I suppose better to be safe than sorry. Gets Maxwell back on strike anyway. It's gone high. Has it got the legs? Well, the catch was taken, then it was thrown back in. I rather fancy the fielder was touching the boundary hatching though, and I think that might be 6.
Kapugedara placed himself nicely. That was in the air for a long time. Had a look at the boundary line, had a look at exactly where he was. He flicked it back in, but not enough power. Not enough power for Dhananjay De Silva to get close to it. Yes, you're right. He stepped on the hoarding.
That'll be another 6. Maxwell's 5th.
And Kapugedara knew it. He knew it straight away. By Vimala Siri waiting for confirmation. There it is. Maxwell into the 80s.
It almost came down with snow on that one. Out towards deep mid-wicket. It's gone all the way. Khawaja's second 6. It was a length ball on a back leg stump, and he was happy to receive it.
Oh yes, it's been a long time since we've seen him smile. Been a massive struggle here in the island. But he's a good striker, we know that. Good swing of the bat. Looks lethargic out there, but that's the ease with which he strikes the ball.
Although, if you bowl a full toss outside off stump, you're going to get clattered.
A little quicker as well. Khawaja finding his range. With the reverse sweep so much a part of the game, the fielder in the deep, generally very square or even fine.
Although, if you bowl a full toss outside off stump, you're going to get clattered.
A little quicker as well. Khawaja finding his range. With the reverse sweep so much a part of the game, the fielder in the deep, generally very square or even fine. The same way, Australian bowlers have been the most expensive in T20 cricket in all the top nations.
Down the ground, there's a fielder at long off, and the catch is taken. Desara Pereira. Khawaja's out, and boy, did Sri Lanka need that wicket.
First wicket. First wicket in T20 cricket for Sachit Pathirana. Boy, wasn't that travelling. Hit flat and hard. Desara Pereira attacked it. Straight into the breadbasket it went. Finally, he was finding some touch. He was enjoying himself, Khawaja. He's out for 36. 154 for 2.
Travis Head, fledgling 2020 international career for him, but a star of the Big Bash League last summer for the Adelaide Strikers. Hit 26s in that tournament. Only Chris Gale equalled that with 20, and Chris Lynn with 27 went past him. But 101 not out in 53 balls against the Sydney Sixers on New Year's Eve.
Very good to watch. We saw him through the ODI series. Looks like a player with a good head on his shoulders. You mentioned Chris Lynn. He's a big miss because he's a very good striker of that cricket ball. And fans here in Kandy know about him because he played in the SLPL a few years ago. And the Central Province is the team. The Kandurata team is what he represented. Khawaja's wicket. Looks easy. Never is when it's hit flat and hard at you.
Maxwell opting to go helmetless now. Reverse sweep. And it's gone for 4. His 9th 4, along with 5 6s. There's just no stopping him at the moment. I think he's pretty puffed, but he's still going strong.
He needed a big performance. And he knew that. When he was left out of the ODI team, he was the first to put his hand up and say he doesn't have the numbers. Determined. Fresh lease of life at the top at the order. And he's making it count.
Yes, Maxwell in his last 7 innings for the one-day international side, 59 runs, 0-6, 0-0, 3, 46 and 4. Boy, is he turning his form around here. Tremendous hitting. Travis Head goes down the ground, into the dugout, over the dugout for 6. Wonderful strike, 16 off the over. 166 for 2, 14 gone. Back with his helmet now, Maxwell, and 1 bounce 4 takes him into the 90s. He's only ever made 1 international 100, and that was against Sri Lanka in Sydney in the World Cup last year. He reached his 100 then in 51 balls. He could get there quicker tonight.
Certainly can. It's 46 balls at the moment. He picked the slow one. Back of the hand from Tisura Pereira, but look at that. Just sitting up to be spanked.
Single to Maxwell. This is now the highest individual score for Australia against Sri Lanka in 2020 internationals. Previous mark, 90 by David Warner in Sydney 3 years ago.
Clumsy in the field, overthrows. Giving Maxwell that extra run. And almost a third. He's taken it from everywhere. Where do you bowl to him? He's got his zones well marked up. Pedal sweeps, reverse sweeps. He's also got the power game to take you downtown.
Oh, that's so cute. That was what he was looking to do earlier in the over. 1 bounce for 4. It's the end of the over, 12 runs from it. Maxwell up to 98 with his 11th 4. 178 for 2, 5 to go. Richard Levy of South Africa has the fastest 2020 international 100. That was in 45 balls. Glenn Maxwell's not going to go past that. He's not far off it, is he?
He wouldn't be thinking of that. Interesting field for Suranga Lakmal. Long on and 4 fielders in the deep on the offside. Will be looking to bowl wide of off stump. Try and get it full as well.
Oh, it's gone straight up in the air. It's been called as a no ball at square leg. The batsmen have come back for 2, and that's Maxwell's 100. Many happy returns, Glenn Maxwell, left out of the one-day international side. He's come back to play 2020 cricket. It's the 3rd 100 for Australia in 2020 internationals after Aaron Finch and Shane Watson, the 23rd 100 in total in 2020 internationals. But Glenn Maxwell, he's back, and back with a bang.
Very well played. Everyone loving it, everyone on their feet. Even the crowd. They've appreciated the show that Glenn Maxwell has put on. And he comes up with a free hit. Tilakaratne Dilshan just unable to hang on to that.
Free hit now.
This time he gets it right, Suranga Lakmal. Maxwell going across, trying to get it onto the onside.
Little punch of the air there from Maxwell as he got to the non-striker's end. It means so much to him. He's back.
That's how he got to his 100. The call came from umpire Vimal Siri straight away. Wouldn't have made a difference if Dilshan had hung on to that. Thank you for the show.
Blazed out to extra cover by Travis Head. Just the single.
Very good from Suranga Lakmal. He's set a field, an unorthodox field, and he's bowling to it. At this point of the game, we can concede 8 to 9 runs. You're actually doing a fantastic job. 4.5 overs remain. 10 and over. Australia get to 229. The rate they're going, they're looking at something in the region of 240.
Glenn Maxwell, the ball after he reached his 100, he ran a single. And then this was his reaction. Yes, I'm back.
And it means a lot. Oh, how it feels when you've been down and out. You are so determined to make that statement, to say that you belong.
Oh, misfield. That short, fine leg. Rajita it was. It went like a bullet, that ball, though. Bounced awkwardly, and 4 more to Maxwell.
It's been an awful day. 2 overs for 32. Nothing going right for Kasun Rajitha on his comeback. Everything going right for Glenn Maxwell. Not for some of the others in the Sri Lankan camp making a comeback.
Remember, Glenn Maxwell's been left out of the one-day international side to go to South Africa later this month for 1 match against Ireland and 5 against South Africa.
Well, that could change with injuries. Depends. Aaron Finch injured. Sean Marshall, hopefully.
Out towards deep cover. Over deep cover for 6. Oh, that's remarkable.
Unbelievable. That's the longer part of the boundary. He's executed well, Suranga Lakmal. He's looking for that wide Yorker. He just slices that. Incredible power from Glenn Maxwell. He's reading the play well. He knows where his shots are, where Suranga Lakmal's gonna bowl. And it's important. That's what creates you those extra runs and options. Reading the game.
Incredible wrists from Maxwell, manipulating the ball into all areas. And they'll scamper a leg by now. It'll keep him on strike. There must have been some bat involved there. The end of the over, 17 runs from it. 4 to go, and Australia 195 for 2.
195 for 2, 4 overs to go. Australia in the driving seat. Glenn Maxwell, he's going at more than 200 runs per 100 balls, 211.3. What a strike rate, Danny. 112 of 53, 6 sixes, 12 fours. What a comeback for him.
The Maxwell machine is on show here in Palakili. 112 from 53, 6 sixes, a dozen fours, and it ain't over yet. Roshan Amasinghe.
Well, look at the Sri Lankans. They're certainly baffled. Those pacers tell you the story. Sachitra Senanayaka not looking happy at all. And just look at the way he's got his boundaries from everywhere. Short deliveries, full deliveries, almost Yorkers, wide deliveries. He's just pounced on everything. The reverse sweeps. What a versatile batsman he is turning out to be.
360 degrees, and that's what you say, Roche. He invents stuff, creates things and makes things happen.
Senanayaka. There he goes again. Well, that's so easy, isn't it? Full toss outside the off stump. How do you set a field to a batsman like this, Danny?
Well, you've also got to say, hey, you can't bowl those low full tosses. Not a great delivery from Senanayaka, it has to be said. He's in his last over. But look at the height of it. The line's perfect for Maxwell to play that sort of stroke. Change in the field now, but you have to bowl better than this.
T20 cricket. That's clever. That's clever. Maxwell just kicking it away. So no stroke. He's not running or not attempting a run, but at least Senanayaka saw him coming. Look how far he is and how wide he is. And he did well. I think got his boot. Carl Pereira was looking for the stumping, but Maxwell had the presence of mind. Another full toss. Has gone into the crowds. Oh, he makes batting look so easy, doesn't he?
200 up. It's not Candy City, it's Fat City here tonight. Marvellous striking. Another full toss. Looking to get the block holder in. Senanaika missed it by miles. And talk about air points here for Maxwell.
Well, the highest ever individual score in T20 cricket was Sri Lanka. Going past Alex Hales. Maxwell this time. Another one. It's raining sixers here.
Absolute joy watching this exhibition of striking from Glenn Maxwell. Back-to-back maximums. Full toss disappears. Length ball disappears. See you later.
What will he do here? That's another one. That's 3 in a row. 22 runs of 5 balls and 1 more to go in the over.
Hat-trick of maximums. Don't leave your favourite posse. Maxwell's moosing it everywhere. 134 from 58. Now there's a conference because this guy is this destructive.
Look at her. Oh my goodness me, that seemed to be what she says. Well, just one batsman have got more runs. Look at the 3 sixes. This was the first one. Now the second one, the length one, that is. And another full toss gets the treatment. So just Aaron Finch ahead of Maxwell. Now from round the wicket to Senanaika. This time he'll get a single. So 23 runs off the over. Still 3 to go for Australia. 218 for 2. Big building blocks. Some massive overs at last over. 23 runs, the biggest so far in the Australian innings. Just 18 balls to go in the innings, but 250 looks more than possible for Australia.
Sure does, Roche. Instruction side big time. Look at it. Enormous from Maxwell. No ball when he was on 98. Wouldn't have counted anyway, and Diller's shelled it. So he went to his 100 and he's just kicked on beautifully. Striking at nearly 230. 9 sixes, 13 fours, and he's been unstoppable here tonight.
Well, he got Aaron Finch's record before him, 156, which is still the highest individual score in T20 cricket. So Kasun Rajitha coming on at the far end. Maxwell on strike. And just works it from well wide outside the off stump. Just a single. He should be disappointed at the rate he's going. Singles won't satisfy him.
No, he's looking a little tired, and rightly so. He's been there for 60 deliveries. Sweating profusely, Glenn Maxwell. Yeah, nice little change up on the bowler. And it's over to you, young Travis Head, who's only faced half a dozen.
Well, they've still got something to cheer about, something to hope for. But Australia seem to be having this game well under control. Head it is! Might be taken. Oh, dropped it! Oh my goodness me, Dhananjay De Silva. Well, that sums up the Sri Lankan out cricket. That was in and out.
Sure was, Roche. Basics have to be adhered to, whether it's Test cricket, 50-over cricket, and this fast and furious format. Yeah, says it all.
They're not happy, but he is. He can laugh. Rajitha, very unlucky. Another one. This time in the gap. Oh, that's gone for 4, rubbing salt into the wound.
Loving it to bits and pieces, the Aussies. Into the gap. Little flick of the wrists. Oh, it's length again. You can't bowl there in the death overs of T20 cricket.
The Australians enjoying this length. As you said, Danny, I think that's been the mistake of the Sri Lankans, just looking to bowl the length ball. And Head in particular have got 7 runs so far. In fact, he's got a 2 and a 4, should have been out. But Australia profiting at the moment, going at close to 13 runs and over. A very powerful drive. They have Maxwell on strike, just 2 balls to go in the over. But what Rajitha has tried to do in this over is look to take the pace of the ball. That hasn't really given the batsman the opportunity to time those shots. So far, just 8 runs, good over.
Tall young man, yeah. I just think if he can get the Yorker right, go-to ball in white ball cricket, and especially in the death overs.
Another quick single here. They won the second. They're coming back for the second. The fieldsman not being able to get rid of the ball. And this now is the highest ever T20 score against Sri Lanka by any team.
Pereira, not quick out of the blocks at long on. Bowler got it right, got it in the hole. And Maxwell got an opportunity to go past Finch. Back in 2013 against the Poms.
Oh, this is flicked. That's a great shot for 4. He's just picking his spots. 14 runs of the over. Maxwell 142, Australia 232 for 2. They're looking for 2 here. They're running the first run hard. They should come back for 2. An easy couple again. Glenn Maxwell seemed to be making it so easy. The fielding seemed to have faltered a little bit for the Sri Lankans. The throwing haven't been great. Picking up, backing up, and also the catching.
You've been poor, haven't you, Roche? Your countrymen off the boil. Shame, really, because this is where they could bounce back. T20, 50 overs done and dusted. Lost 4-1. Change of personnel. Dilshan back with some experience. Get into this series early.
Down to his deep extra cover. He picks the gap. It's time for Travis Head now to get amongst the runs. He's 23 off 11. He's striking at more than 200 runs per 100 balls.
Head giving it a mo. Again, the Yorker missed. Back in the box, right back there, and just carves it beautifully with an open blade over extra cover for 4 more.
Great positions the batsmen get into. The shot selections have been amazing, and the executions have been amazing. Third ball of the over. Oh my goodness me, that's gone high. And it's also gone for 6. Turning out to be another big over. 12 of the first 3.
2, 4, 6. Here we go again. Out of the fat, this one, and a lot of bottom hand. Massive. Went higher than it went longer. In the end, just over on the covers. But it's a big boundary down there, big pockets in the corners here at Palakili.
Sri Lanka really struggling here. Put to the sword by the Australian batsman. Still 9 balls left in the game, or in the innings. This time he'll only get a single. Gives Maxwell the much needed strike. He's got 2 balls and another possible 6 to try and go past Aaron Finch. But Head, he's doing even better than Maxwell in his strike rate.
Okay, Maxi. Time to unleash again. 2 to go in the 19th. It's already gone for 13. He's 8 away from 150. I know he won't be thinking about Aaron Finch and his record. He'll simply think about scoring more for the team cause. Post 250, talk about daunting. Maxwell standing well outside the leg stump and thrashes it through the covers.
Oh, good bits of work on the boundary. They'll come back for two. Kusal Mendes. With the Sri Lankan record also under pressure here.
Wow. What a wonderful piece of batsmanship. Wasn't the worst delivery. Just missed the Yorker. And was honing in towards middle stump, and he gets it square enough to come back for two. One to go.
Sri Lanka's record was 260 against Kenya. Australia seemed to be well on course to eclipse that as well. Last ball of the over. Oh! With the third man fieldsman inside, that was the right way to go. But look at how they enjoy a dot ball. 247 for two. Maxwell, the standout performer, but every other batsman have chipped in with useful scores. Travis Head looking good here. 30 off 13, but look at Maxwell. 144 of 64 balls, 14 fours, 9 sixes. And Thisara Perera will bowl the final over. And possibility of two records here. Maxwell going past Aaron Finch, and Australia going past the highest team total of Sri Lanka against Kenya.
Yeah, 114 to beat that, don't they? 260's the record, so 14 will do it. There's his economy. Ha! Perfect. Bowl another one of those, TP, and the record's gone for good.
He's just making sure that he got his fielders in the right place. Travis said he's on strike. What will he try to do? Single or six? I think it's more like two here. They run the first run hard. No, Maxwell doesn't want it. He wants to take the 5 balls. Why not?
Oh, you better believe it. Absolutely. Maxwell on fire. You're seeing something extraordinary here from Glenn Maxwell. A lot of discussion here, Chandimal and Perera. But Maxwell eyeing up. Don't worry about the 158. 150 milestone anyway. Wonderful batting. And to come back in and say, hey, I'm here. Don't worry about me. I'm happy to play 20, 20, 50 over, test cricket, you name it.
Look at his strike points against the seam. Look how far he's come down the pitch. The boundary balls. Quite willing to come down the pitch. Quite willing to maneuver the bowling. Play the unorthodox reverse sweep. He's been outstanding today. It's been Maxwell's day. Everything he's touched has turned to gold. Last 2 of the innings. Perera it is. And Maxwell thrashes it down to deep cover. He wants a second. He won't get it. So good start. Good start for Thisara Perera. He started off with 2 singles on the first 2 balls.
I think it was the right call. There's Aaron Finch, the record holder, with the bib on. And George Bailey chuckling away. He wanted 2, but it was the correct call. I think he would have been run out because it was a good throw next to the stumps.
4 balls to go. Travis Head on strike. Perera it is. And he'll get a boundary. The 250's up. 3 balls to go. 253 for 2. Perera just going down the leg side.
Well, you're old enough to remember, Roche. That's that old track. Come on, Aussie, come on, come on. You want the Aussies to go past 260, don't you?
I don't.
Oh, come on, the game rolls forward. The sun comes up, the world turns, and you've got to have those records broken.
Oh, well, records are meant to be broken, Daddy.
Absolutely.
Well, let's see. They need 8 runs to do that. Head on strike. Down the ground. Powerful. Oh, he doesn't pick up cleanly. Gone for 4. That's Tilakaratne Dilshan. They can laugh. George Bailey enjoying himself. And the 100 partnership is up.
Good old Dillas is coming to the party. The old warhorse. Hurling himself around. And he does it nicely. He says, look, I'll misfield this one and even palm it over the rope for you. Got to admit, it wasn't a great bounce. It was travelling too from Travis Head. So there's his 4th boundary to go with his 2 maximums. the Cats and the Magpies sideline.
Well, 2 balls to go. The chances are that they could go past the highest team score. Maxwell doesn't have a chance to get past Aaron Finch. Head it is. That's gone for 6. That's the record. The Australians have gone past Sri Lanka with 1 ball to go. Already 16 runs, and Travis Head has got to 45 with his 3rd 6.
Love this game and love the striking. Young Travis Head keeps his position, and these guys just keep on smiling in the Aussie dugout. Sweet as, and 16 with 1 to go. There goes the record Roche.
Last ball of the innings, and this is another one. Will it be taken in the dip? It is! Finally a catch has been taken. But Australia should be so pleased. Travis Head out for 45. Dhananjay De Silva holding on to a catch. But what an awesome performance by Australia. Maxwell remains on 145, not out.
Stunning display of batsmanship between these two particularly. Left-handed, Travis Head, 45 from 18. Maxwell not out 145. And this full house has been entertained massively. Dilshan gives Maxwell a handshake. He races off to get the pads on. And your record, your Sri Lankan record, Roshan Amasinghe, has been blown away by the Aussies. First 10 overs, 110 for 1. Next 10, 153 for 2. Last 5 disappeared for 85 for the loss of 1. Take a bow, Australia.
Indeed, outstanding. Tremendous effort, Glenn Maxwell. He should be congratulated for a brilliant innings. Been congratulated by all the Australians. And Australia 263 for 3. 16 runs in that last over. 2 singles, a quiet start, and then 2 boundaries, the 6. And Thisara Pereira 1 for 58, just above the average. He had 14 runs but gone at 14 and a half. Lakmal before that 4 overs for 51. And Travis Head, what a scintillating innings he played. 45 of 18 balls and 9 extras in the Australian innings, with Maxwell, as I said, 65 balls, 145 not out.
Wonderful striking from a talented batsman. 9 maximums, 14 fours. He only let 3 dots go, 7 twos, 21 singles. And you look at it, 145 the standout. And of course Travis Head as well, 45, made the big contribution.
Sri Lankan bowling, nothing really to write home about. Just 1-0 from Dhananjay De Silva. But every other bowler going for a lot of runs. The least being Sachit Patirana at just over 11.
Sri Lanka are going to need a record score, beat their own one and this Aussie one. 264. And look at this, 13.2 runs per over. Take a short break, come back very shortly and check out the Sri Lankan chase.
Welcome back. It's the start. It's about to start, at least the Sri Lankan innings, Hero Cup. First T20, Australia versus Sri Lanka. Australia has just run up a massive score, a record score of 263 for 3. Glenn Maxwell just short of becoming the top scorer in T20 cricket, and just failed to go past Aaron Finch. Sri Lankan bowling left much to be desired, nothing really to talk about. And well, the Sri Lankans, Kusal Perera and Tilakarata Dilshan, will have a lot to do to try and go past the Australian score. Perera opening the batting and has a good strike rate, best score of 84. And Tilakarata Dilshan, of course, playing in his second last game for Sri Lanka. Retired in 50-over cricket in the last series, and that's an impressive record, with 104 being his best. Right, we're ready to start. Stark will open the bowling. As I say, good evening to Russell Arnold.
It's good evening, Roshan. Good evening, everybody. It's been a fantastic evening here in Pallekele. Not for Sri Lankan fans, but for cricket lovers, yes. They've been treated. We've had a packed house here. They've been noisy and they've enjoyed the wonderful stroke play on show. You just have to appreciate good stroke play, Roshan. Just a little bit of dew. Dinesh Chandimal at the toss said a reason he was asking Australia to bat first was that dew would play a part later in the day.
Here's the first ball, and Mitchell Starc is on target. He's been Australia's best, and he's starting off again in very fine fashion.
Lanka will need a lot more than dew to hunt this massive Australian score down. They've gone past the highest score in T20 internationals, which was held by Sri Lanka. 178 is the highest successful chase here in Pallekele.
Well, they'll have to do a lot better than that. Perera is on strike. Stark, the bowler, flip in place and asking the question, but that one just sliding down the leg side. Sri Lanka off the mark. It's a leg by.
Cranking it up, Mitch Starc in the mid-140s. Those are the highest totals. Sri Lanka made 260 for 6 against Kenya in Joburg quite a while ago. But this is easily one of the best T20 innings that I've seen. I've seen quite a few. Glenn Maxwell making a comeback, being dropped. Given the freedom of opening the batting and going after the bowling. How well did he go?
Dilshan on strike. Oh, playing a mess. That's gone past the keeper. It's gone for Bice. That had pace and bounce onto him quickly, and Neville just didn't know what happened.
Surprised him. With the dew and the coolness of the evening, it tends to slide on here. Neville was here. He had the gloves for Australia during the Test series. Had a break and back in the team, surprised by the extra pace.
Sri Lanka wouldn't mind it. They've got a boundary. They'll need quick runs at the top. Dilshan thrashes it. Off the mark with the boundary. That hit the middle of the bat. That brings the crowd back to life.
Stand and deliver. The angle, the width. Tilakarata Dilshan. Shot that he's played over the last 16 to 17 years. Just brought him so many runs. And when he gets one of those early in his innings, will make him tick.
2 balls to go in the over. Hold him! Dilshan goes, Australia strikes. Oh, the disappointment. The crowd stunned to silence. That's a big wicket.
Fast and straight. What a reply from Mitch Starc. He knows if he offers width, he's a goner. Much straighter, just straightens a little bit down the line. Dilshan, his last game up here in Pallekele, one of his favourite venues. Done really well. Just the 1 knock remain in his long career.
9 for 1. Dhananjay De Silva is the new batsman. He just played in his third game. Doesn't have a great amount of experience. Celebrating his 25th birthday, Dhananjay De Silva. What will be the birthday gift? And in the power play, Sri Lanka will look to try and exploit, though they have lost Dilshan. Here is Bolan. And Pereira finds the man at mid-on.
It's very difficult when you're looking up at the scoreboard and you require 13 plus an over. Tilakaratne Dilshan's dismissal. Look at the bat. Wide of third man. If you can bowl it straight and bring it back to him a little bit, more often than not you find that gap. Small inside edge.
Swing and a miss. As you said, Russell, it's not an easy target, so the pressure very much on the batsman.
No breathing space at all. Giving himself some room. Living in hope, the Sri Lankan crowd at the moment.
Third ball of the over. Pereira will get a boundary. That's the Kusal Pereira. This crowd is here to watch. Such an aggressive attacking player needs to get his act together if Sri Lanka is to get close to this target.
Yeah, he used his feet the previous delivery. This time he stayed back. Bolan reacted to that. Trying to bowl much tighter and also changed his length.
Four runs so far in the over. And gets a thick edge. Taken. Down at third man. Scott Bolan strikes. Both openers gone in the space of 2 overs. Mitch Stark, the catcher.
Giving it the charge, KP. Was not balanced when he was trying to play that shot. Reaching for it, and the pace of Bolan. Takes it straight to his fast bowling partner. Mitch Stark, who doesn't make a mistake. Kusal Pereira, though, has made a mistake. He's also gone for 4. It's 15 for 2.
Dinesh Chandimal is the new batsman, the captain. Doesn't have a great average, though. The strike rate's over 100. Dhananjay De Silva is the batsman on strike. Chandimal will be at the non-striker's end. Got Bolan with a slip in. Bowling in the power play. Sri Lanka have already lost 2 wickets. And on a length.
Don't need anything special, the Australian bowlers. Just keep hitting those lines. Make Sri Lanka make the play. They have to try and be special. He went leg side, Kusal Pereira, and in the end had to reach for it.
Last ball of the over. Punching it off the back foot. May not run to the boundary. They'll want 3 here. Good piece of work in the outfield, keeps it down to 2. So 6 runs and a wicket. 17 for 2. Oh, just over cover. He'll get a boundary. Look at the pace, Mitch Stark. Really working out some real head of steam.
And an even better shot, using the pace. Getting it over the gully fielder. And that's the difference. The Sri Lankan batsmen, rather than trying to muscle it, their strength is timing.
Chandimal will get a boundary. This is a big over for Sri Lanka. They've got 12 off it. 29 for 2. Bolan and Dhananjay De Silva just makes it look so easy with the power plays on, field restrictions on, over extra cover, a boundary.
Batsmanship at its best. Everything to like about this young man, Dhananjaya De Silva. A perfect drop kick.
Use the pace, hit it on the up. Will that be called a wide? Yes, it is. Didn't touch anything. That was a slower delivery. Fine leg inside the circle. Dhananjaya De Silva saw it, just looked to turn it. But the margin of error in limited over cricket is so small. Anything off target on the leg side. So, 34 for 2 Sri Lanka. Find the man at short, fine leg. That was onto him a bit quicker. Still a single.
He's missed out, Dhananjaya De Silva. Angled into him. Fine leg in the circle. Just couldn't swivel quickly enough to get it fine.
Bounced a bit as well, I thought. Just hit it close to the splice.
Force-headed leg side-ish as well.
Chandimal on strike. Oh, well bowled, very well bowled. Clever slow delivery. Was beaten by the lack of pace.
And good signs as well. It's just starting to grip a bit. A lot of people you know, Roshan.
Chandimal gets it over the bowler's head. They should run away to the boundary. He's looking to charge, and on that occasion, getting everything onto it. This is turning out to be a good over for Sri Lanka. They've already got 10.
A little quicker. But Chandimal getting enough. Big bats these days. Doesn't have to come off the middle. Tend to go a long way.
Oh, this is a good one. This is a very good one indeed. Held back by Scott Boland, but Chandimal saw it, pouncing on it.
Slower ball. He's picked it. Probably he knew that was coming. He charged the quicker one.
Bowled! Faulkner strikes with his second ball. Dhananjaya De Silva seeing fine leg up in the circle, trying to be cute, and he wasn't quite cute enough.
Great performance. Faulkner into the attack. Second delivery, a wicket already, bowled. All things going well. Out of the back of the hand. That's what he does so well. Been incredible in 50 over cricket. And now he starts off the T20s in Sri Lanka in fine form. De Silva's gone for 12, and it's 45 for 3.
Crystal Mendes, 176 here in the Test match. We're back at the end of July. Have to get something similar to that, you reckon, if Sri Lanka are going to get anywhere near this huge Australian score. What a terrific shot that is. One bounce for, it brings up the 50. Mendes off the mark in grand style, just hitting through the line of the ball. Again, an emphasis on how good this surface is.
Been fantastic, and speed of the bowler, 126. That makes it, it's on a good length. And that's just a quality shot with the field up in the power play.
Short, and he's gloved it over the keeper. Has it gone all the way? No, it's just pitched short of a 6. A little bit of extra pace there from Monreeks. That was 132 kilometres an hour. Surprised Mendes, but he's got it away for 4.
Brings the crowd into it. Back-to-back boundaries. It's a good idea. Go short, he pitched one up, it had gone back over his head. Mendes got enough on it. Glove, and they're loving it. Still believing.
It's good bowling. Mendes giving himself a little bit of room to hit over the offside. The only two fielders out of the ring at the moment are at deep backward square leg and deep mid-wicket, but Enrique's followed him.
Look at that crowd packed in today in Kandy. Going to be packed down in Colombo as well Friday night. All for T20 cricket.
Were bowled.
Well, after a disappointing test tour, the Australians losing 3-0, they've picked themselves up, made a few changes, obviously, different formats. 4-1 in 50-over game, and then started off here in style. Maxwell arriving with a bang.
Single to Chandimal off the last ball of the over. He'll keep the strike, 11 runs from it. The power play overs are complete. 6 overs gone then, 56 for 3. Oh, that's right out of the middle of the bat. That made a lovely sound. And the 22,000 here in Pallekele are making a lovely sound too. Great shot. First 6 of the innings.
Mendes on fire. Brings Kandy to life. And he knew 86 metres. Hit a few more of those. And Faulkner goes the normal delivery. I think you'll find now there won't be too many more of those. It'll be the slower deliveries out the back of the hand. Look at him catching it. Get that ball back. I'd be off, Brian. Be running out the stadium.
Good luck getting out of the crowd.
Shouldn't it be like baseball? You just keep the ball and they get a new one? Especially if you catch it. I think if you catch it, you should have it.
We saw that one-day international in Cardiff over the weekend between England and Pakistan. A fan caught a ball in the crowd and he's ended up with a return flight to Australia as a result.
Let's see if he gets in. Not sure about that, Burgers.
End of the over. 11 off it. 67 for 3. It's gone a long way up and a long way back. That's massive. Mendes on fire. It's his second 6. Tremendous.
They're loving it. They're standing now. The flags are flying in Sri Lanka. They still believe. Mendes. Double maximums. Huge into the night sky. And that's his second one. He's now 22 off 11 deliveries.
Ball taking a battering on the concrete. Just held back on him a little bit by Enrique's there. That delivery 119 kilometres an hour. Well bowled.
You need to change your pace. Wickets here we've seen are far too good. Hard to bowl on. You bowl good length. It's going to go. We've seen that all night. Mendes there, he thought, but it was just a touch of change of pace.
Short, pulled out towards mid-wicket. Maxwell takes the catch. Mendes' cameo is over and Sri Lanka lose a 4th.
You know it's a wicket because the crowd goes dead silent. Enrique's back, takes the wicket. He's taking a bit of a battering, but Maxwell, it's his night. He doesn't drop these. A deep square leg. One of the best fielders in the game. And 4 wickets now for Sri Lanka. It's been a tough night so far. Mendes has gone for 22, and it's 76 for 4.
Sara Pereira missed a 6, and they'll need plenty of 6s from him if they're to get anywhere near this total. In at number 6, so we've got a left and right hand combination now.
The problem is too many wickets being lost. Your key batsman. This is a big wicket. Mendes was getting into some good form. 22. And Maxwell For a moment they thought, is it a boundary? And then in the end they realised it was another wicket and they're 4th down.
11 sixes in the IPL for the rising Pune Super Giants in 2016. For that franchise, only MS Dhoni with 14 hit more. So he knows how to find the boundary and he knows how to clear the boundary. What a terrific way to get off the mark. Slashing it square. 13 runs off the over, but the wicket as well. 8 gone. Sri Lanka 80 for 4.
And Chandimal gets it behind square leg. That will race away for a boundary. Good start to the over for Sri Lanka.
That's how you sweep in an orthodox fashion. Lovely, gets low, smothers it. Bit of flight from Maxwell, taken on length. It's a roundabout off stump, fractionally outside.
Oh, this is off an outside edge. Should be taken. It is. Quite an easy catch. Thisara Perera looking to hit against the flight of the ball. That looked more like a wrong un or the one that went straight on. Perera looking for some turn into the left-hander. Half of the side gone for Sri Lanka.
Zampa, for the Pune Super Giants, gets his teammate. The wrong and bowl to Perera. They both play on the same IPL side. Here, though, national colours on. Zampa gets Perera. And he's gone for 7 off 7. 5 down now for 94.
94 for 5. Chamara Kapugedra, the new batsman. He's been in and out.
Ah, it's gone all the way. 100 up with a bit of timing there.
Chamara Kapugedra, just the 3rd ball, over long on. Good way to get his innings moving. That was the one that he was trying to float or the leg break away from the right-hander. In the gap here by Chandimal, that will race away to the boundary. But they've got 12 off the first 4. This is the kind of rate the Sri Lankans want, but still, that required rate is hovering around 19 runs.
Well, he missed his mark here. Did Maxwell. Got the charge on, did the skipper. Got to it on the full. Wonderful wrist work from Chanders.
No boundaries until now.
There's the wrong one, the googly, whatever you want to call it, but this time it got hit all the way for 6. Quality shot.
Chamara Kapugedra. 2 sixes and a 4. He's just faced the 7 balls. He's got no choice, really. Back of the hand. Leg byes.
The race away for 4. The slower delivery from James Faulkner. Just the wrong line this time. Comes out of the back of the hand. We've spoke about it so much. So difficult to read and then hit as well.
Down the ground. Gets enough, Chandimal. Goes all the way.
Threw it up. Zampa in his last over. There's 1 for 25. Looking for more wickets. Chandimal was up to the task. The leg spinner. And that turns into a maximum for him.
That's a brilliant comeback. Cricket Yorker.
Yorker from the leg spinner. That was a good shot. Very good use of the feet. Got that high grip on the bat as well.
He's not tossing it up anymore.
No, keep it flat. He thought early on, I'll get a wicket, I'll throw it up, and then no. Now it's back to the sliders.
Six off the first ball, follows up with 3 dot balls.
Yeah, good comeback. 81 Ks, that was quick, that delivery. Keeping it flat, there's no more air.
This is brilliant from Zampa.
Well, it becomes difficult because he has the range. He has the leg spinner, he has the googly, he has the sliders. That's the one, the slider goes straight on and picks up pace off the wicket. Okay, just stop halfway down and do your pads up.
Bottom edge. Zampa bowls out. 1 for 27 for him. Sri Lanka 137 for 5. 4 overs, 1 for 27 to Adam Zampa. 6 bowlers used. Plenty of options available for David Warner. And plenty of runs to play with as well.
It's been an easy night for David Warner. Come out to field and you try and defend that total. I think all things are good.
Scott Boland. Slower ball. In good change of pace from Scotty Boland as well. Picked ahead of Hastings. Hastings, who had a very good ODI series. Picking up 6 wickets in the 4th ODI, man of the match performance. Showed great change of pace.
Yeah, one of the big reasons Australia winning 4-1. Fantastic one-day performance.
In the air, Moses on rakes. Makes good ground, hangs on to it.
That's been the huge difference as well. We saw Sri Lanka drop some catches in the outfield, but tonight the Australians. We saw Maxwell early, and now Enriquez perfect. Diving low and forwards, always difficult.
Slower bouncer. Had a long way to run in, you don't see it there. 15-20 meters, and then had to get the dive out. The skipper's gone, equal best for him, his personal best, 58. 138 for 6. And then 38 for 6. First hit for debutant Sachit Patirana. 20 over career, average of 20. It's a decent strike rate. 4 overs for 46, if I remember right. He's at the non-striker's end because the batsman crossed. That's effective. Slower ball from Boland.
It was a good wicket. Bowled that slower delivery, it was short. That's what we see nowadays, the slower short delivery and a great catch in the outfield. Always hard running in, diving forward. Australian performance in the field tonight, outstanding. Batting, bowling, fielding. I think Darren Lehmann will be very happy. After the test tour, there was obviously changes made for the one-day format. They won that Australia 4-1. And then they've had a quick change around for the T20 cricket. The Boland, this innings. See there, halfway down, half his deliveries. And that's where he got that wicket. There was the short one and the slower delivery, really.
That one went wrong.
Just good decision by the umpire. It was outside the line. Slower delivery. But I've been impressed. Hastings did well as well in the one-day cricket. Boland. Faulkner has come back into some form, and now we saw Maxwell as well, so things looking up. for Australia going forward into the summer.
First runs for Pathirana. He's coming back for 2. It will be a very good one from Boland. 5 runs off the 5 balls. Picked up a wicket too. Forget the required rate. It's up to 30. In the air, gone. 2 wickets in the over for Boland. Sachit Pathirana finds Travis Head at short extra cover. So everything going wrong for the Sri Lankans, but the Australians, they can't do anything wrong. Even the full toss being hit straight to the fieldsman. So quick inning from Sachit Pathirana, facing the 2 balls. He's gone for 2, 142 for 7.
Suchitra Senanayake back into the side, and with it all to do, 7 down Sri Lanka, and looking right down the barrel at an absolute thrashing. Mitchell Starc back into the attack. A wicket for him in his first over. Such an effective bowler at this stage of a 2020 innings, round the wicket. Getting a little bit of reverse swing away from the right-hander. Goodness me, Danny Morrison alongside me. This has been an absolutely complete performance by Australia this evening, hasn't it?
Certainly has, Murgas, and good of Davey Warner to lose the toss again, really. To go up front, you post scores in limited overs cricket, pressure on, given that you score an outrageous total like 263 in 20 overs for 3 down, and they're showing their disgust with their feet. Starc to just tidy up things here, finish it off.
They still need 2 more runs, Sri Lanka, to equal Glenn Maxwell's score on his own.
Got rubbing it in, Murgas. They know it. And it's another T20 international for Mitchell Starc and co. And they will want to finish off in terms of disciplines and do it well. Boland, Starc, Faulkner. Even though they're coasting and in control, performance, your own, finish well.
Edged and 4. There was a slip in position. It would have been straight down his throat. There wasn't. So it's 4 to Senanayake, who's off the mark.
Well, what a shame. Imagine just being a bit cheeky in terms of David Warner and say, oh, look, we'll have a slip in. I want to get away. Standard second slip. If you got to come back slightly. If there was a second, standing at 1.5 slip would have been difficult. It's one of those ones that just fly away. You never have a field set for those.
Big shout for LBW. Not out. This was umpire Ranmore Martinez. And there must have been a bit, oh no, I was going to say there must have been a bit of bat in it, but a belated signal from Ranmore, and Mitchell Starc a little bit incredulous that was turned down.
Big shake of the head. Well, there's a lot of angle. I know he liked it, Mitchell Starc. He can't believe it, but all bowlers think they're all out. Of course, all batters think, no, it's not out. But when you look and see how Starc is so far on the return crease, left arm round, fair call, Ranmore.
Goodness me. It's got past Peter Neville, and it's gone for 4 byes. 143 kilometres an hour. Went past the batsman on the full toss, and Neville simply didn't sight it. 150's up.
Yeah, they're difficult to take. spoken to keepers over the years with those, and the white ball looking for the Yorker, and then this is the LBW. Hawk, what are you saying? Oh, clipping maybe. Maybe.
"11 runs off the over, 3 to go. Sri Lanka 153 for 7. James Faulkner to start his last over, 1 for 17 so far. It's clubbed away down towards wide, long on. 4 more. Kapugedera, well, he's putting some respectability, some gloss on the scoreline here.
There's those change-ups, yeah, and Kapu will flick of the wrists. Waited nicely. The length was against the bowler. Faulkner just missed his mark a fraction. That's all it has to be. There, and Kapu, well, he needs some runs, doesn't he? He needs a performance.
Lovely pickup. Has it gone all the way? Travis Head is out there. It's signalled for.
Yeah, the bowler looked a little aggrieved. But in terms of the big boundary square here at Palakili, it's only just landed inside. You're trying to cut down the two, say, well, look, why is he not on the fence, says Jimmy F. Skip, what's happening?
The end of the one-day international series, David Warner gave a little bit of a revelation about how he captains the side. He says, well, look, I let the bowlers have the field they want, but then it's up to them to bowl to it.
100%. That's the way it's got to be. Bowlers' responsibility and aware of what they're trying to do, particularly, well, in any format, but this stands out more because there's so much variety, what you're trying to change, what you're trying to do, and your field there. So as a bowler, you're trying to be a little inventive, but be sensible and not too cheeky. But you've got to be able to execute your plan.
Slower ball, but it was right in the slot. And Kapugedera has smashed it over long off for 6.
Big, boom. Made it look easy. Change of pace, keep still, in the slot, and says, thanks very much, Jimmy F. I'm going to have a big piece of this one. All the way.
And 4 more. Third man up in the circle. 20 runs off this over already, and we've still got a ball to come.
Absolutely delightful. Left arm around, bangs it in. Tennis ball bounce, a slower one. And third man's going to go back now. Wonderful soft hands and awareness from Kapugedera.
He'll keep the strike, will Kapugedera. 21 runs off that over, all of them to him. He's up to 43. It's 174 for 7. Sri Lanka's worm very much underground. 18 overs gone. They've crashed along at 174 for 7, and in normal circumstances that would be terrific progress. Fortunately, when they're chasing 264 to win, it's not good enough. Kapugedera, can he reach a half century here? Here's Stark. Up in the air to backward point. George Bailey takes the catch. Stark strikes again. It's his second wicket. No half century for Kapugedera, and 8 down for Sri Lanka.
Can't keep Stark out of the game. Banging it in. He's tried to go up and over, has Kapu. Toe of the blade. And Gorgeous George never drops those. So the 8th one down. Kapugedera out for 43, 174 for 8.
Turanga Lakmal, one of the bowlers who suffered. All the bowlers suffered when Sri Lanka were in action a bit earlier. He's in at number 10 now. Just 11 balls to go in the match. Batsman crossed, so Senanayaka's on strike.
Now, we all like firsts, don't we? It's going to be the Aussies. First win in this form of the game against Sri Lanka, in Sri Lanka. Bailey in his sleep.
And dew hasn't been a factor this evening. We know that Dinesh Chandimal mentioned it at the toss. One of the reasons he wanted to have a bowl first. He'll be regretting that decision now. Clipped uppishly, just wide of fielder. Well, there was a World 2020 earlier this year, which was won by the West Indies. Australia have never actually won an ICC event in this form of the game. Sri Lanka, of course, won in 2014. There's been all sorts of suggestions there might be another one of these in 2018.
Hurrah! It's a no-brainer. Get on with it. Believe they contemplated pushing it out another 2 years to 2020. In terms of embracing the masses, the passion of the game and getting it out there to a wider audience, it's a no-brainer. 07, 09, 10 in the West Indies, 12 in Sri Lanka, 14 in beautiful Bangla, and then the land of a billion and some this year. So where are we going next, Mergers?
It's 2020 in Australia. So where 2018 goes, that remains to be seen. If indeed it actually happens, still to be discussed. Stark back over the wicket.
Oh, how about the UAE? Let's go a little neutral and go to the HQ of the ICC. Just talked about IPL 7 back in 14 and how it was embraced there. Oh, I think brilliant. International 2020, the World T20 back in the UAE.
Dollied up in the air. Stark, is he going to get there? Yes, he is. A spectacular catch to end his spell of bowling. Lakmal goes. It was just too quick for him, I rather fancy. Stark has 3 and Australia have 9.
Brilliant. Just want to check the front foot, most likely. Tends to be the case a lot with the quick men, but this one, wonderful pace and bounce. Beaten for pace. Underneath it. Full slide on. Just want to check the front foot, maybe the back foot, because he's coming left arm around. I'll just tell Lakmal to hold your horses there, Chief. We're just going to check this. Back foot first, it always hangs out, brings it back. That's fine. And then this one. Oh, hunky-dory from Stark. So the 9th one down. Lakmal for just a single. It's 177 for 9.
Hassan Rajitha had a day to forget with the ball. 3 overs for 46. Senanayaka on strike at the start of the last over, and well, Sri Lanka still a little bit of work to do to avoid their heaviest ever defeat in this form of the game by 81 runs against Australia and Barbados in 2010.
A great catch from the big fella, sliding onto the worn pitch from a couple of days ago. So superb athleticism from Stark, committed, wanted his 3rd wicket, got it, 3 for 26, 12 dots. So half his allocation, dot balls. Very, very impressive. Bolland, he's got 3 for 26 as well.
That's the 43rd dot of the innings. Remember, there was just 26 dots in the Australian innings. And on top of that, you had a small matter of 14 sixes and 25 fours.
9 of them from the Maxwell machine. 9. Yeah, like that. Well bowled. He's hunting up number 4 is Scotty Boland.
It's his first wickets in 2020 international cricket. Played a couple of games against India in January, went wicketless. So he's very much come to the party this evening.
Place to bowl. Let alone numbers 10 and 11. Cracker.
Played a little bit of IPL for the rising Pune Super Giants. Mixing it up nicely, isn't he, Scott Boland? We spoke to him before play started this evening, and he was saying, well, I like to have the field that I want, and then I'm comfortable to mix it up, mix my pace, mix my lengths, and keep the batsman guessing.
He's got the luxury of just finishing off a T20 international. Game's done and dusted some time ago, so Boland can afford experiment a little bit. Like that too. Quick Yorker, slower Yorker. Now he's banged one in halfway down, and it's fizzed on through to Mr. Neville. Last delivery of this first T20 international of the Hero Cup, best of 2. Friday night in the capital for the second one.
It's all over. Just a single off the last over from Scott Boland. He finishes with 3 for 26, the same as Mitchell Starc. A terrific performance this by Australia. It's Sri Lanka's biggest defeat ever in 2020 internationals, beating the 81-run loss against Australia in Barbados in 2010. It's also Sri Lanka's 12th loss in 15 2020 internationals this year, and Australia's first win over Sri Lanka in this form of the game after 5 consecutive losses. What a night for that man there, though. Glenn Maxwell, 145 not out, opening the batting. As Australia put into bat, blitzed it. 263 for 3. Maxwell getting good support from Warner, Khawaja and Head. Sri Lanka simply had no answer to the blitzkrieg batting. And then, even though Sri Lanka, by most measures, made a very respectable fist of things, it simply was nowhere near enough. They lost wickets regularly up front. They were 45 for 3 at one stage, and that in anyone's language is a thrashing. What a match we've had this evening. Sri Lanka then chasing 264 for victory. Those early wickets at the top did them, well, no service at all. Kusal Perera, Tilakaratne Dilshan and Dhananjaya De Silva falling early. Dinesh Chandimal, a captain's innings from him, supported briefly by Kusal Mendis, but the asking rate was always way too much. Kapagedera coming back into the side and playing a nice little cameo himself, but in the end it was just quite simply many too many runs for Sri Lanka to get. Mitchell Starc and Scott Boland impressive there. First of all with a new ball and then coming back later on. That's Boland's first 3 wickets in 2020 international cricketer in this form of the game. James Faulkner was harshly dealt with by Kapagedera late on. A wicket for Moses Enriques, who otherwise has had a quiet tour. Adam Zampa bowled impressively with his leg spin. And a couple of overs for Glenn Maxwell as well, the hero with the bat. So, at the end of it all, this is what it all means. By my maths, that's 441 runs we've had today for the loss of 12 wickets in just 40 overs. Wonderful stuff from Glenn Maxwell. the second highest score for Australia in the history of 2020 international cricket. Only his great mate Aaron Finch with 156 against England in 2013 ahead of him. He absolutely hammered the Sri Lankan bowling, and from 263 for 3 there was no way back for the home side. Brave innings from Chandimal and Kapagedera, but Stark and Boland had the last word, and Australia in this two-match series for the Hero Cup go one up with one to play.
This has been a presentation of Fox Sports.